Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the all-new 2020 Ram 2500 Bighorn. So the reason I wanted to do a video on this is one of Ram's most common trucks, and that is a 2500 diesel. And in my opinion, the Bighorn here is the package to go because it's kind of like the best value overall. We'll kind of explain that in the video. But anyways, as always, we'll do a quick walk around on the truck, then we'll take it out to see how it drives. A huge shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler here in Sandy, Utah for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Under the hood here, we have a 6.7 liter inline 6 turbo diesel, also known as the Cummins, that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission known as a 68 RFE. Power outputs are 370 horsepower and 850 pound-feet of torque. Now I've got the lights on so you can see what those would look like, and it's just dark enough outside that you can kind of see what it would sort of be like at night. But anyways, at the hood, it's just like all the other Rams. You get that little badge there on the side saying that it's a 2500. Halogen lights at the front here with the Bighorn. The grille kind of has these straight slits at the front that are black. That's one of the ways you can tell it's a Bighorn. You do get fog lights there in the bottom of the bumper, parking sensors in the front of the truck, and then it's all chrome because this is just a standard Bighorn package. And that's all. Around the side here, we've got two 75mm tires on 18-inch rims, and then you can see we've got some upgraded shocks here because this does have the off-road package. That's obviously going to help with dampening bumps and all that stuff when you do take it off-road. Cummins badging there on the side, Ram badge there as well, and then this one does have the trailer mirrors. I'll show those in a second, but here is a side view on the 2500. We've got a couple functions here. We've got our unlock, lock, remote start, and then to get the key out, there's this little thing that you press there, that little metal tab, and the key will pop out of the top, and then it does have the Ram logo on the back. So if we press the remote start function twice, first time we'll lock it, second time we'll start it up. I will get some revs for you guys later, but that's kind of what it sounds like on startup. Press the key fob again, then it'll shut it off, and then we do have to unlock it just with the key to get into the back of it. And coming over to the tailgate here, if we press the button, it is damp, so it is slow lowering, no automatic key function to lower it. Now you can see this one has a standard bed, so no bed liner, which you can get a bed liner as an option. The cargo lights there at the top of the bed. This is a 6'4" box. And then you cannot get the multi-function tailgate and the heavy duty, so this is the only tailgate you get, but it's actually a really light tailgate. Now finishing things up in the back, if I actually unlock it again, you can see what the taillights look like when they are on. For some reason the camera's not capturing them very good. They're actually a lot darker red. The camera kind of makes them look like pinkish almost, but they're dark red when they are on. The reason this has LED taillights is it has the blind spot monitoring system, so you can only get that with the LED taillights, and that system is right here where the sensor is. 4x4 off-road package, you got parking sensors in the rest of the bumper, Bighorn package on the end, 4x4 on the other side, and then you've got the Ram logo there in the center, all of your plugins for towing with the receiver hitch down below. Towing with this diesel on a 2500 crew cab is roughly around 17,000 pounds with the Bighorn package, give or take a little bit. Opening up the door panel here for the rear, you can see they got nice kind of like black trim here with cloth inserts, and then they do have nice padding here with the stitching. Now here is the seats in the rear, and yes, I'm going to hop in here so you guys can kind of see space in the crew cab. But again, really nice soft cloth. Definitely the softest cloth seats in the truck segment right now. Ram is killing it with the seats. Cup holders in that little area. More cup holders up here with more of that black trim. Got a little outlet right here with a couple of USB ports and vents flanking it on both sides. Now I'm going to just throw those mats there to the side so we can see the little ice bucket, and that is on both sides. Now under the seats you do get these trays that you can fold out for extra storage, so they just fold out and these little arm things pop up, so you can basically just have a flat loading floor. But getting up into the truck, since this one doesn't have side steps, it's a little bit of a hassle, so you've got to kind of grab here and then pop yourself in. And I mean, legroom's pretty decent. Sorry, the little mats are in the way, but legroom is pretty decent in here. And then you can see that headroom, so I'm about 5'11", and I still have a decent amount of headroom, so I feel like someone could be just over 6 foot and they'd be able to fit back here pretty comfortably. So that's the trailer mirror. It flips up, and then it does have blind spot. You can see there's that little triangle that indicates that. Now coming up to the front, there is no keyless entry or anything like the Laramie has. Here's the door panel at the front. So again, the cloth insert with the black trim up here, and then the leather with the stitching. All of your window controls here, power folding mirror button, so the mirror will fold right in. And then all of your mirror adjustments are just those little things next to it. Now here are the seats. Power adjustments for the seat are on the side of the seat. These are just like the back seats in terms of the feel. So they use the same cloth on the front and in the back. The front just is a little bit more bolstered. Obviously the back, you can see the bolsters are just a little bit smaller, not by much, but just a little bit. The power adjustable pedal functions on the side of the steering wheel with the adjustment for the steering wheel. Pedal layouts just down below. This is the release for the parking brake. Light controls, those are your fog lights. That's your cargo light. And, oh, I forgot. Radio controls are on the back of the steering wheel here because we're not gonna be able to see those once we hop in. And I actually wanna hop into the truck so you guys can kind of see. So again, gotta grab the grab handle. Kind of difficult because you gotta heave yourself up. And yeah, so definitely recommend side steps in this truck. Push the push start, and then if the truck needs to warm up, it will. It'll do the diesel preheat for you. Now if we zoom out, we can see the steering wheel here. Got the nice Ram logo, and this actually feels pretty nice there in the center. Cruise control on the side, gear selector that comes down below. All of our controls for the center stack, voice commands and the phone control right there in that area. And then the leather on the steering wheel definitely has a nice soft, smooth feel to it. Definitely nicer than what the Fords and the Chevys have in terms of how the steering wheel actually feels. Now that's your stock for doing the high beams, and then also for the windshield wipers and the turn signal. And then this is your actual gear selector. So this is what will get you through the different gears. It is a column shifter. RPMs are on the left side. On the right side, we've got the speed, and then you've got a couple different menus that you can scroll through with this. There's fuel economy right there. And so right now, I mean, this truck has only got 11 miles on it, but it's saying 16.3 miles per gallon. I bet that that's somewhat close to what you could actually get into it. Not exactly sure it's the exact amount, but there is your center stack. A little 12 volt up top, vents on both sides again, and then here's the 8.4 inch touchscreen. You actually can get a 12 inch in the Bighorns, but the dual zone climate controls are in here. The one thing I don't like is you notice that the feedback, this is something I didn't like in my Rebel, is on this sometimes isn't the best. Once you actually grab hold of it, it works pretty well. It just takes a second. You do get heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Backup camera has this little zoom function on it, and the lines will turn with the steering wheel. You can get a cargo camera. This truck just doesn't have it. And other than that, the functions are all drag and drop with the touchscreen. Just below the touchscreen, analog controls for the radio, analog controls for all the climate, the heated seats, all that kind of stuff. Your parking sensor controls, tow haul mode, diesel exhaust brake. The trailer brakes are right here, and those will actually pop up there on the screen, so you can see as I'm holding it down, it does its little thing. Now this is the actual drive mode selector. So we've got the 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, true neutral. You have to do kind of like a pen point to get into true neutral, and then the hill descent control, since this is the off-road package. Here is our whole center console area, leather kind of at the top of the stitching. You can open that up, and then you still get the little measuring tables on the back. Now this will slide back and forth. This is where you can hold your phone. Got a couple more charging stations down there. Full power outlet. This console, definitely my favorite console in the actual truck segment. I just love how it functions. Definitely something that I miss. Bighorn there, and we can open up both of the glove boxes to reveal a good amount of storage space. Power rear sliding window at the back of the truck, and the headliner is going to be a lighter color here in the Bighorn. So that's the one thing that I wish that they'd maybe done gray to match the rest of the interior, or black, because that would have been a little bit cleaner than just doing a tan headliner, but it actually feels really nice. So I totally forgot to show the stickers. So here's the first sticker here. I'm trying to get in the habit of showing this to you guys on all the trucks that I review, and larger SUVs. I just got to get into a habit of that. And then here's the main sticker that everyone likes to look at. So it shows the VIN and then all the other information on the truck. So hopefully that helps you guys out with all that information, and I'll try to be better about remembering it. Now that we are done going over the interior on this Bighorn, I'm sure you are all wondering what the pricing is on this truck. So this particular Bighorn, stickers for about $62,000 for any type of market adjustment for, you know, being a diesel truck with most of the luxury features you can get. Yes, it doesn't have the air-conditioned seats, it doesn't have a sunroof, but I mean, it's got most of the luxury features for what most people want in a truck. I feel like it's a pretty good value, but let's take this out, see how it drives. So let's talk about visibility quickly before we set off. Visibility over the hood's just like any other Ram 2500. Visibility throughout the mirrors, super easy to see out of those. And then all throughout the back, pretty easy to see. And getting this column shifter into gear, it's actually pretty easy. It is really notchy into the gears, so it's really hard to miss a gear, but let's set off. So we are initially setting off here in the 2020 Bighorn 2500. And let's talk about ride quality here for just a moment. Now, I just recently drove that 3500 with a 6.4 Hemi, and this feels a little bit smoother, but not as smooth as I would think. I mean, they're actually pretty close from a ride quality perspective. And so I'm actually impressed with the new 3500s and how smooth they are. Now, with the road noise, I hear a little bit when you go over bumps. You'll kind of hear, it's just because of how stiff it is, it'll kind of knock together just a little bit. Most of the noise you hear, though, is going to be from the Cummins. And I mean, I am going to say it, just from trying to be completely objective, I feel like this sounds better than any other diesels in the market. It has a nice sound to it. Now, coming up here, the steering is actually slightly vague, but this truck's really easy to maneuver. So if you're used to driving a half ton and you're thinking about moving up to a heavy duty, it's not that big of a jump. Just in terms of how this truck actually drives, I mean, it's not bad at all. It's actually pretty comfortable to maneuver this. And remember, this does have the shorter bed. And now we're gonna give this car a little bit of space. Oh, I guess we need a little bit more space. That car's slow. Now we can do an acceleration. And hopefully you guys got to hear the Cummins there. I mean, it sounds really nice. I actually don't like the Cummins under acceleration as much as I do kind of just when you lightly get into the throttle. But this has more than enough power. I mean, the towing capacity changes depending on what kind of gearing you get on the new not 19s, but on the new 20s. It also carried over into the 19s. And so these trucks say that you can go up to like 19,000 pounds, but I'm sure how most dealers are going to equip them on their lot, it's going to be right around that 17,000 pound range with the towing. And so, I mean, it's a super capable truck that it's really easy to drive, really comfortable, and it's got more than enough luxury features for most people. And so if you're just looking for kind of like a good all-around truck and you need a diesel truck for towing, not for driving around looking cool, but for towing, then definitely check out the new 2020 Bighorn. There we have it, everyone. The all-new 2020 Ram 2500 Bighorn with the diesel engine. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe. And then again, a big shout out and thank you to Larry H. Miller, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, Chrysler, and Sandy for providing us with this Bighorn to review. Check out their inventory in the link below. I will see all of you in that next video.